Astana, the host of Expo 2017, is preparing full swing for the exposition. Organizers, the government, experts from the more than 100 countries will present their own visions of the future energy. Top news in the eve of mega event Astana Expo 2017. An integrated service center for official participants of International Specialized Exposition Astana Expo 2017 section commissar offices and their staff members has been opened on the territory of the Expo city. The representatives of MIA, tax administration and customs offices will be providing service for arriving guests. At the center, the representatives of countries' participants and international organizations will be able to apply for or prolong their visas, translate documents and notarize them, use the services of Astana Expo's partner bank, also those of insurance, logistics, consulting, express post companies and buy airline tickets. Diasas Berganov, Service Department Director at the national company, has told us about the functions of Service Center.
График работы центра предусматривается в операционном режиме с 9 до 6.
The working schedule of the center in the full operation mode starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 6:30 p.m. from Monday till Friday. In addition, we will be providing service for our participants 24/7 via our integrated call center. Not all of staff members speak foreign languages, but we took that into account, which is why we, the volunteers, will be helping out in cases of a language barrier.
Помогать в случае возникновения языкового барьера.
Along with the Integrated Service Center, the Accreditation Center has begun its work. Everyone wishing to visit the territory and the exhibitory objects at Expo 2017 for security purposes must register in online system. After having passed through a special check at the local security agencies, one is given access to the territory. At present, the Accreditation Center is working in a test mode. The first people to register were the managers of the national company, builders and volunteers. Markian Ahmetov, Director of Operational Control and Risk Management Department at GSC NC Astana Expo 2017, has told us the details of the stages of registration system for both the participants and visitors of the exposition.
Цикл аккредитации разделен на 3 этапа. Первый цикл это с 25 октября получается по.
The accreditation cycle is split into 3 stages. From 25th of October till 17th of April is the first cycle, a testing mode, in which we are right now. From 1st of May till 10th of September 2017 will be in operational mode. This period covers the main bulk of work to be done. Finally, at the end of the exposition, from 11th of September till the end of 17th year, is the dismantling period, during which the international participants and official delegations will be disassembling the pavilions. In this period, the accreditation system will be working in a full mode.
Проводить демонтажи своих павильонов, в этот период тоже аккредитационная система будет работать в полном режиме.
The question of security at the grand event in Kazakhstan is one of the main priorities. Therefore, before incorporating such a system, the organizers have researched the international experience. The representatives of the national company have assured us that there aren't any obstacles or hindrances against successful preparation and holding the international exposition. A factory of pure metals in Karaganda is ready to present its innovative technology of silicon production at Expo 2017. Last year, the Energy Autonomous Chemical and Metallurgical Complex for Silicon Production and its alloys based on Rexil, being constructed under the brand of Pure Metals Factory in Karaganda, has received a first place in the Republic Contest of Green Innovations Online Expo 2017 in a category of increasing energy efficiency. According to the project manager Vladimir Shebentovsky, Rexil is a nanostructured carbon material with the help of which oil is mined in the 21st century. Silicon has such a name because the modern life is hard to imagine without it. Around 90% of all microelectronics, including household appliances, mobile phones, and all IT products, contain silicon. The production of this chemical element today is very expensive because conventionally it is produced from charcoal. Vladimir explains that instead of that expensive raw material, the unique development allows to use cheaper and more widespread ones in Kazakhstan, such as coal and quartz. The project manager remembers how this idea came into life.
Вообще идея завода чистых металлов возникла у нас очень давно, еще в 90-е годы. Это было связано с тем,
The idea of Pure Metals factory came to us a long time ago, back in the 90s. This was due to our connection with metallurgy, and we faced with the problem of how fast the price was changing on the carbon part and the economy itself in general. So back then we came up with an idea to gain access to stable sources of reducing agent which would fit all of the parameters of silicon metallurgy. We have been working for a very long period, and as a result in 2006 we have been able to gain this product as such.
в 2006 году мы уже получили продукт как таковой.
Already in 2008, the developers have tested Rexel and began the work on industrial scaling of the project. The team believed in the future success of the project because the use of Rexel would cheapen the silicon production by 20 to 30%, which would significantly decrease the price of the finished product on shop counters. Today, the Pure Metals factory is a pilot project. The first line of production is already running, and Rexel is put on export. The managers note that there are no problems with the demand on the market. The contract on 2017 production have already been signed. The launch of silicon production is split into several stages.
Состоит она из 4 основных частей. Первая часть это
It has 4 main stages. The first involves preparation of raw material to produce a high-quality silicon. The second stage is obtaining a component for silicon production, Rexel. The third stage involves generating electric energy from all of the accompanying products which emerge during the production of Rexel. That the last stage is producing the silicon itself with the use of Rexel.
И четвертый этап это, собственно говоря, выпуск самого кремния.
A special appeal and innovativeness to the experimental project is given by the third stage, the production of energy, which will be used for the functioning of an eco-friendly factory. As Vladimir notes, conventionally, the electrical energy spent on producing the finished product, silicon, was around 50%. Now the price of the silicon on the basis of Rexel will significantly go down as there will be no expenditures on electrical energy. Another unique trait of this technology is its wastelessness. The project is marked by its 100% environmental friendliness.
С помощью этих технологий,
With the help of this technology, the waste that we get in production of silicon and production of Rexel is turned into a finished product so that only silicon goes out from the factory. In other words, coal and quartz are the inputs, and the silicon is the only output. We don't have any other waste.
кремний. Вот, других отходов у нас нету.
According to the developers of innovative technologies, there have been more than $8 million invested into this project. The main equipment, including the metallurgical furnace, for which there are no analogs in the world, is made locally. In terms of its personnel policy, there is the same working principle. The students of the State Technical University of Karaganda are interning at this factory and become full-time workers afterwards.
В большей степени мы рассматриваем.
For the most part, we look at the Pure Metals factory as an experience platform on which there will be all of our ideas implemented, and the second main goal of this place is to train the personnel for such a big plant.
Подготовки кадров для большого завода.
In 2010, Rexel was one of the best innovations of Kazakhstan. In 2014, the team was awarded with a gold medal in St. Petersburg for the best scientific development of the year. The innovative technology does not have alternatives in CIS and abroad. The plant's management team notes that in the nearest future the company will put out its valuable securities on the Kazakhstani Stock Exchange, which will attract new investments. The full-scale production of silicon at the Pure Metals plant using newer, cheaper and more environmentally friendly technology is planned to be launched in 2018. The beginning of 2017 not only puts a focus on the international exposition from the perspective of Kazakhstani citizens, but also builds up an intrigue around the main details of the exposition. For example, the entertainment program, which will begin this summer, will be presented by the national company to the attention of the compatriots. As organizers note, the plan of events will be presented by the end of February.
Мы совсем скоро презентуем детальную программу всей выставки, но мы планируем...
We will soon present detailed program of the exhibition that contains 3,000 events, including some education events for specific audience, some masterclasses in design. We're also hosting concerts, and we're inviting various DJs, and I think it will be very interesting.
Мы делаем и привозим различных диджеев, то есть я думаю, что будет очень-очень интересно.
Many representatives of scientific community of Kazakhstan and of the whole world are interested in innovational part of this massive exhibition. The organizers do not reveal all details. However, they point out that main event and heritage of Expo 2017 will become Forum of the Future.
На Expo готовится самый главный форум, который называется...
Expo is preparing for its main forum, that is called Forum of Future Energy. We have been preparing for this during 3 years, and 2017 would become a peak according to the results of given forum. That would consist of 12 smaller forums.
Выставки мы подведем итоги.
We were told about zone of best practices and chosen 24 projects that would be presented by participants coming from 12 countries in the Department of Content and Organization of Events of the national company.
Есть интересные проекты.
There are some interesting projects, for example, high tide and low tide turbines. They're mounted on the bottom of the sea and they generate energy from high and low tides. Such projects are divided into several zones and the visitor would be able to see them. The job of Department of International Participators draws a lot of attention. The number of participating countries has reached more than 100 as it was planned. As Ilya Razakov, the director of this department, points out, such number of international content can claim to take honorable bronze medal in the history of specialized Expo exhibitions.
На сегодняшний день официальное участие в своей выставке Astana Expo подтвердило.
To this day, 112 countries have officially confirmed their participation in Astana Expo. We understand that this list is soon to be finished. We're planning to finish this list by February of 2017. We have preliminary predictions that there would be 115 to 116 countries.
115, может быть, 116, 117, примерно такое количество.
Not only organizers are preparing entertainment program that will be during Expo, international organizations also would play a role of main newsmakers. At least all of their attention would be on their pavilion during National Day.
Национальный день, начнем с того, что это неотъемлемая часть такой практики, как международная специализированная выставка.
The National Day would be started since it's the main part of such international specialized Expo exhibition. This event is practiced for a long time and indeed a very interesting and right tradition. During this day, different countries have opportunity to present the culture of their countries in order to share news about lives there. Yes, this is a great opportunity to communicate by inviting not only residents of host country, but also all participants.
Страны-организатора, так и вообще участников самой выставки.
On that day, the senior representatives of these countries will visit the pavilion, including ministers and heads of those nations. The schedule of the national days will be very busy. The organizers confess that the national days will be held practically every day, sometimes even 2 in one day.
На сегодняшний день у нас уже запланировано 79 стран запланировали свои национальные дни. По регламенту это должно быть, у каждой страны должен быть свой национальный день. Да? Многие страны выбирают национальный день, исходя из дней своих каких-то государств.
Currently, 79 countries have planned their national days, and it is already clear what I said, that each country has to have such a day. Many countries are picking the dates according to the national holidays such as Construction Day, Independence Day, and etc. That is why I can promise these national days will be the bright element of the whole exposition. Today we note how seriously the participants are preparing for these kinds of arrangements. They are preparing cultural programs, gastronomic surprises, which will be made by famous chefs. Some of the national days won't be confined to their exhibitory site. Some of the nations are planning to hold their events at the local theater and use other platforms as well.
Проведением только на территории выставки. Есть государства, которые планируют свои национальные дни проводить в оперном театре города Астаны, Астана опера, да, или какие-то другие площадки для этого используя, концертные залы.
According to the director of the Department for Working with International Participants, today 17 international organizations have confirmed their participation. Along with that, the given number can increase. The prestigious organizations in the field of energy, alternative energy, environment, healthcare on the 10th of June of this year will present their developments to the public. However, as the organizers of the international projects have claimed, the exposition will be working in a test mode already in May.
Он для этого и называется тестовым, да, что должна быть готовность номер 1, то есть готовность.
We need a test mode because we need to be 100% prepared. so that all of our functional systems are in place and all of the participants, sponsors and partners with their expositions are fully prepared for the event. For sure, we understand that there might be unforeseen circumstances, but I am telling you again that all of the participants understand their responsibilities and all of the installations, the equipment and the models are to be completed by the beginning of May.
Вся инсталляция, все установки своих оборудований, своих каких-то макетов и так далее будет 100% завершены.
According to Ilya Orzakov, in January, the pavilions will be transferred to 20 countries. Other countries will have an opportunity to start the construction process on their sites by the end of February. How the graphical concepts of all countries' participants and international organizations become the real pavilions, Kazakhstani citizens and guests from abroad will be able to see starting from 10th of June to 10th of September at the exposition Astana Expo 2017.